YouTube, what's going on? How you doing? Appreciate you looking at my channel. This is Jones. Listen, I want to go on a rant. Yesterday, before I was going to bed, I don't watch television often, but I decided to turn on Netflix, right? And watch Dave Chappelle. Apparently, it was Dave Chappelle's last show, right? Man, this dude's sitting here talking about how there's something bad. You know, he's talking bad about Donald Trump, and I'm like, what the fuck? Dave Chappelle's a smart dude, so it blew me the fuck away. This dude's talking bad about Donald Trump, and he's saying that there are things against our republic. I'm sorry. He is saying that there are things against our democracy. Once again, this is what he said. There are things against our democracy. We don't have a democracy, or we don't want a democracy. We want a republic. And the difference being, a democracy is a, what is it? It's a, what did I want to say? It is a mob rule. That's a freaking democracy, a mob rule. You got a shit ton of people saying one thing, there it goes. All right? If a shit ton of people want to kill one dude, it's going to happen. If a shit ton of people want to take the house or a family or what have you, it's going to happen. Right? That's a democracy in which we don't want. We want laws, right? Just like God said, right? He put down the 10 commandments. Those are laws. That's God's government. So we go by laws. We call this thing the Constitution. We go by the Constitution. So we want a republic. That is a safe and sound notion. This fool's talking about a democracy. He's saying there's things against our democracy. When people say that, they're trying to hijack the country, and they're saying crap for those players behind closed doors. And those players being the Morgans, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. There's other people running our government. And this is the problem. And it fucking pissed me off because Dave Chappelle, I like Dave Chappelle, and he's a smart dude. I don't know what he's doing. And he called that his last his last stand-up. He was saying people were getting sensitive and blah, blah, blah. Whatever, man. And I don't give a F about him, dude, because he's fucking up right now. We don't want a democracy. So when people say democracy, you can see what side they're on. They're not on the right side. Watching people go down a rabbit hole to get slaughtered is bullshit to me. And that's something that I would like to recite something that Martin Luther King said. I think he said that we are leading our people into a burning house. It's a big statement from Martin Luther King. But man, that shit pissed me off, man. So right now, if you don't understand, we're living a real life movie. A real life movie. We got good actors, we got bad actors. We've got so many people who are doing the wrong things in our government. You could even make this shit up. I'm for real. And also, you're aware that there's a shit ton of child pedophilia, right? Today's time, there's a shit ton of slavery. So, as you know, Donald Trump wrote an executive order to save human rights. Under Donald Trump, do you know how many lives have been saved? And it's weird to me that people don't like Donald Trump because it looks weird to me because it's like, do you know how many children he saved? Do you know how many lives he saved? What the fuck is wrong with you? Ew. It's disgusting to watch people not be for Donald Trump. And I know the media makes him look so goddamn terrible on purpose. But on that note, what was it? Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson who came out and showed who were coming out with and showed what the hell were they showing? They were showing all the things that the media was saying about Donald Trump turned out not to be true. So slowly they're getting the truth out. Slowly they're getting the truth out. And those two have been getting the truth out. Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, and Judge Jeanine. True patriots. The rest of them been taking money to say stupid shit. Listen, what are you going to do when your country's overran? Right? Country's overran by people who don't run the country. Right? You're putting people in FEMA camps. Do you guys remember the FEMA camps? Right? We didn't know what was going to happen with that. There are FEMA camps. They were expecting to put people in those. And there were coffins able to fit 3 bodies. They weren't regular coffin, extra large coffins able to fit 3 bodies. What the hell was going to happen to us had Trump not won? What was going to happen? If you didn't know, and if you need to Google, The Simpsons were right about so many things. So many things. One of the things they were speaking about were FEMA bringing a dome and covering up the city and people going places, right? Listen, those bad actors, they control our media, right? You see that Hollywood's falling like nobody's business. It's like a rock out of a tree. Nothing falls harder except for a plane out of the sky. They're falling like a plane out of the sky, as a matter of fact. Same with the NFL, all that crap. But Hollywood, you see all these pedophiles. You see all these pedophiles in our government. Excuse me. Allegations, sex allegations, people resigning off of allegations. Yeah, they did it. You resigning off some motherfucking allegations. You did it. I don't give a fuck what. Because, you know, you'd want to keep your job. And then as people looked into it, you wouldn't be scared. But if you're going to fall under allegations, well, then I guess they're freaking true. There's nothing else. A lot of people are tied up into this, and it's disgusting. It's terrible. But right now, we're cleaning house in the government. And what really, really gets me, and as I was talking about Dave Chappelle, what really effing gets me is, you got Dave Chappelle talking this shit, and you got other people talking this shit, like D.L. Hughley, talking about Democrats, and, oh, Trump's not. Listen, man, I don't care what your color is, black, white, Spanish, China, what the fuck ever your color, ethnicity, I don't give a shit, dude. How you gonna lead? How you gonna? Don't you? You got stake in this country. How are you gonna lead your family? You got a family. Why would you leave your family down such a terrible hole? Do you know what would have happened if Hillary would have won and these camps would have become active? And the fact that they had so many coffins, it's fucking scary. Some real shit was about to happen when she was going to become president. And one way that was going to happen was to shut down this media that you're looking at me on, this alternative media. She would have, the news would have been doing the same thing with her, not with her. It would have been with her, because those bad actors are paying off the media and they own the media, right? Those idiots are taking money to sacrifice their families and crap, because you can't have a family with what was going to happen. And I need you to understand this. Like I said, we're in a real life movie. They would have sacrificed everything. For what? Because America wouldn't have stood still. It was about, a democracy is a bad thing, because in a democracy, it's a mob rule, and whatever the mob says goes. So whatever they make you feel like on the television, because that's how they speak to us, the television, social media, the radio, they use actors in Hollywood, right? Our favorite people, stars, movie stars, musicians. They use that crap against us to sway our opinion. So anything that anything bad that they would want to happen, it would have been a mob rule, and you wouldn't have cared. This is why we like a republic. And I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but a republic is so important. This is what we want, because we go by the rules of the law. Just like God said with the 10 Commandments. That's his governing. That's the governing that God wants. All right? And as I mentioned in my other video, you need to watch my video of democratic versus republic. A republic. Those two different forms of government. Anybody saying some stupid crap that it's against our democracy, you need to look into them. Really, you need to break their legs when they leave the scene. I ain't shitting you. That's not somebody that's on our team. They're obviously being told things by other people. Now, like I said, man, Trump is worth his billions, dude. Putting his family up for us? That's real shit. How do you put your family, you and your family up? Because you know he can't go nowhere. Everyone hates him. And you know a man by his enemies. And his enemies are those people who are pulling the strings. The Morgans, the Rothschilds, king and queens, all that crap. They all want this UN to really rule the world. And when the UN goes to rule the world, you got no say. And you need to look this up. Some serious shit was going to go down had Trump not have been president, man. And North Korea, did I mention already that North Korea had a missile? It sounded like they had a missile blow up in their own fucking city or what have you. And I think, I'm not sure if we shot that down or not, but we've got this ability. And as you know about HAARP, HAARP, HAARP is able to change the weather, make the weather happen. HAARP. Hurricane Katrina, Ask Hillary about that. And legitimately, Hillary don't give a shit about black people, purposely. And I ain't even, and it doesn't even matter the fact that I'm black or not. But it's, if looking into some things, and I haven't looked into it hard. But you remember when Kanye West said, Bush don't give a he doesn't care about black people. Well, I know Kanye West goes on rants, but it seems as though this is true. It seems as though there have been some acts against black people, particularly. That Hurricane Katrina shit, you need to ask Hillary what the fuck that was about, because they're able to create the weather with no problem. Like that. HAARP, HAARP, look into it. And it's not, that ain't classified. And they're able to ruin lives. But guess what? When that last, what was it? Was it Harvey that happened to Texas? Guess who gave their own money? Donald Trump gave his own money. What, $1 million or more of his own freaking money. And if you guys know about QAnon, QAnon seems to be a group of people. If you do the writing analysis, when I say writing, writing analysis of how people say things, how they're, worded, how many verbs, synonyms that someone uses, your mind chooses a way to say things, right? And it's you. It's like a fingerprint. It's you. So how many synonyms you use, consonants, all this. When you look into the Q post, there's multiple people posting on Q. Okay? It's not just one person. Multiple minds. And we can see this through analysis. And Trump's a part of that too. So with these Q posts being mentioned, all right, I'm going to mention that. In the Q post, they mentioned, why has the black population been held back, right? Acts against the black population, things like that. Listen, for the black people on here, I know black people they don't pay attention to politics and whatnot. They don't. We need to start doing that. But listen, the Q post acknowledges, which means Trump acknowledges, that the black man has been held back to an extent and has been preyed upon. All right, I just want, and everybody should know that. Black, white, Spanish, whatever. Everybody should know that. Especially black people. Quit voting for Obama. Fuck, man. I don't know how many times I go to the hood and they talking about Obama. What? He did nothing. Nothing. What do you mean? You know nothing about government. What are you talking about? Listen, man, these things just freaking hurt my heart, man. It just fucking hurts my heart. I can't believe this. I really can't. I can't. And Donald Trump gives his own money to save people. Listen, put your money where your mouth is. Done it. He's done it. So please, as you sit there and bash this man, do your research. And know what government you want. A republic or a democracy. Understand that. Go on YouTube and look that up if I didn't do a good job with my video. But listen, you're living a movie. I need you to open your freaking eyes, right? And black people, quit fucking voting Democratic. It's dumb. We seem dumb. What are you doing? Don't vote Democratic. I wish I could tell. I'm black. I couldn't tell. I like to tell Spanish people, quit voting Democratic. And the white people, quit voting Democratic. All of them. Stop it. As we remember, right? The KKK is a part of what group? The Democratic Party. They were there before the Republicans. When the Republicans came about and Abraham signed some notions, black people became free. And it wasn't just Abraham. There were other things, but he played a part in it. The Republicans were the ones who freed us. No shit. So what are you doing voting Democratic? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You need to do your research. Stop letting television run your life and raise your children. Stop it. Social media. Don't let them run your life and raise your children. Stop it. Music. Don't let them run your life and raise your children. Cut it out. All right? Do some research on your own. Understand why we are what we are. Understand the Constitution. Things against the Constitution are a problem. And this government that is the puppet string government, right? They're nothing but puppets for an outside entity. Entities. People. It's disgusting. Get your government back. Please pay attention to what I'm saying. Do your research and get your government back. Watching television, oh, and by the way, government isn't something that you can window shop, because you can't sit there and window shop government. Our government's so complicated. There's so many other people with their hands in the cookie jar that you need to have. It took me a long time to get to this point. But you need to do your research, because if you're hating on Trump, I'm sorry. If Trump wasn't there, your family has nowhere to go but a FEMA camp or a coffin. Your rights are gone. Alternative media would have been shut down if Hillary had won. I need you to understand this, because Hillary would have been a tyrant. Well, she's a puppet master for someone else, but the tyranny would have been turned up 100-fold. You have no freaking clue. I need you to have a clue. Things that are bad for you are bad for me. Understand this. This is Jones. Thank you very much for visiting my channel. I'll see you guys in a little bit.